Albert Einstein often said insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. A truism Republicans might want to keep in mind when they promise to stop Donald Trump. Almost every day, we have a repeat of a moment from the 2016 campaign. For example, here is former New Jersey Governor Christie in New Hampshire.
You better have somebody on that stage who can do to him what I did to Marco. Because that's the only thing that's going to defeat Donald Trump. And that means you got to have the skill to do it. And that means you have to be fearless, because he will come back and right at you.
We believe in the facts here, but also putting people's egos in check, especially Christie's. Nobody cares what he's saying. That's not me saying it. It's the voters saying it. Christie's book, Republican Rescue, only sold 2,289 copies during its first week in stores. If nobody buys the book, nobody cares what you think about Donald Trump, and nobody cares about your plan to stop him, except the media. Christie, the Trump slayer, downloads on the Don, screamed the Drudge Report. Nobody cares, literally. And that might be a problem for Republicans who think they will stop Trump this time around. Dr. Lauren Wright is here, professor of politics and public affairs at Princeton University. May Mailman, formerly of the White House counsel's office. All right, Lauren, we'll go to you first, since we know your feelings about the former president. Should Republicans who think that this time around they're going to be able to stop Donald Trump, would they be wise to look back at 2015 and 2016 when you and I had these same conversations, and nothing he did stopped him or prevented him from winning the nomination?
They would, because it's a structural problem. And the structural problem is you have 17 to 20 people on the stage, each drawing maybe single digits if they're lucky, maybe 1%, maybe less. And Republicans themselves are recreating these conditions for it to be very difficult to stop such an entrenched candidate. And, the reason Christie's attack on Marco Rubio worked, or, I shouldn't make a causal claim there, but it caused quite a splash. And it was well done and it was well timed, is that Marco Rubio is held to traditional politician standards. Donald Trump is not. With that said, I do think Republicans, if there's one alternative like DeSantis, need to take Trump head on to have a chance.
I'm glad you brought Ron DeSantis up, because it's almost like we planned this, but we didn't. From the Washington Post today, GOP donors open to other Trump challengers as DeSantis tries to find footing. With an eye on DeSantis' vulnerabilities, many donors have kept the door open to other potential White House contenders. One lesson that sticks with many benefactors who helped Jeb Bush raise more than $100 million by July of 2015, only to see the former Florida governor falter to that Trump's ability to torpedo his rivals, as he is now trying to do with DeSantis, necessitates a backup plan. May, I know you're a fan of the former president, but in a way, the backup plan is exactly what Lauren is saying is the problem for Republicans, right?
Right. Well, I think Trump also has a vulnerability that he didn't have before, which is he has a record, right? So there are going to be people who can talk about Trump's record. They're just not doing it yet because everyone is hedging their bets. They know that there's a lot of power and money to go with picking the winner, and so they haven't done that. I think another big difference is that Trump, I think his big benefit was that he was the bully on your side. Republicans have been told, don't say Merry Christmas, you bigot, for so long, and we just sat there and took it. And finally, Trump said, no, I'm going to punch back. The problem, of course, is now I still can't say Merry Christmas, and I don't just get called a bigot, I also get called a racist, and I lose my job. So I think there's going to be a question of, I have the same problem, do I want to go with the same solution? And I think not everyone is going to say yes to that.
Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.